درود به همگی. به ایزی انگلیش پرونانسیشن ویت فرشت خیلی خوش اومدید. در این ویدیو قراره که 50 فعل بیقاعده پرکاربرد رو با ذکر مثال یاد بگیریم. هر سوالی هم که داشتید در قسمت کامنت بنویسید، حتما پاسخ میدم. پس برای ادامه دیدن این ویدیو همراه من باشید.
Be, was, were, been. Why were they happy? They were happy because they were in love. They had been happy because they had fallen in love. Was it cold? Yes, it was freezing. It has been cold for several days now. Beat, beat, beaten. Did this guy beat his opponent? No, the other guy beat him. The guy has been beaten before. Become, became, become. Why did the dragon become sad? The dragon became sad because couldn't breathe fire. By the time the wizard had arrived, the dragon had already become too sad to breathe fire. Begin, began, begun. When did the race begin? The race began a minute ago. The race has just begun and the runners were running. Bend, bent, bent. Why did the man bend over? He bent over to pick up the bag. By the time we arrived, he had already bent over to pick up the bag. Bet, bet, bet. How much did he bet? He bet all his money. He has bet all his money and lost it. Bite, bit, bitten. What did he bite into? He bit into a slice of steak. By the time dinner was over, he had already bitten into a slice of steak. Blow, blew, blown. What did she blow? She blew a bubble. By the time we arrived at the park, she had already blown a huge bubble. Break, broke, broken. Did he break his leg? Yes, he did, he broke his leg. By the time the ambulance arrived, he had already broken his leg. Bring, brought, brought. What did she bring? She brought a present. Before the party started, she had already brought the present. Broadcast, broadcast, broadcast. What did the radio channel broadcast? It broadcast a funny program. The radio channel has just broadcast a funny program. Build, build, build. What did he build? He built a wall. By the time the inspector arrived, he had already built the wall. Burn, burnt, burnt. Did the chef burn the steak? Yes, the chef burnt the steak. Before the guests arrived, the chef had already burnt the steak. Burst, burst, burst. Did she burst the balloon? Yes, she burst the balloon. She has burst the balloon. Buy. Bought. Bought. What did she buy? She bought a lot of things. Before we arrived, she had already bought a lot of things. Catch. Caught. Caught. How many fish did he catch? He caught a lot of fish. He has caught a lot of fish. Choose. Chose. Chosen. Which door did he choose? He chose the first one. By the time they arrived, he had already chosen the first door. Come. Came. Come. When did the flight attendant come? She came a few minutes ago. The flight attendant has come a few minutes ago. Cost. 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 How much did the new TV cost him? The new TV cost him a lot of money. By the time he realized, the new TV had already cost him a lot of money. Creep. Crept. Crept. Did he creep into the room? Yes, he crept into the room. Before we realized, he had crept into the room. Cut. 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 What did the girl cut? She cut a piece of paper. The girl has cut a piece of paper. Deal. Dealt. Dealt. Did he deal with his problems? Yes, he dealt with his problems. By the end of last year, he had dealt with all his problems. Dig. Dug. Dug. What did she dig? She dug a hole in the garden. When we arrived, she had already dug a hole in the garden. Do. Did. Done. What did he do? He did some housework. By the time his friends arrived, he had already done the housework. Draw. Drew. Drawn. What did the boy draw? The boy drew a cat. By the time we arrived, the boy had already drawn a cat. Dream. Dreamt. Dreamt. What did the dog dream about? The dog dreamt about bones. By morning, the dog had dreamt about chasing bones all night. Drink. Drank. Drunk. What did she drink? She drank some hot coffee. She has drunk some hot coffee. Drive. Drove. Driven. What did James drive? James drove a truck. By the time we arrived, James had already driven the truck. Eat. Ate. Eaten. What did you eat? I ate a hamburger. I had already eaten the hamburger before you arrived. Fall. Fell. Fallen. What did he fall over? He fell over a toy car. He had fallen over the toy car before he realized it was there. Feed. Fed. Fed. Did they feed the birds? Yes, they fed the pigeons. By the time we arrived, they had already fed the pigeons. Feel. Felt. Felt. How did he feel? He felt ill. By the time the doctor arrived, he had already felt ill for hours. Fight. Fought. Fought. Did the boy fight? Yes, he fought with another boy. He has fought with another boy before. Find. Found. Found. What did she find? She found a coin on the ground. By the time she arrived home, she had already found a coin on the ground. Flee. Fled. Fled. Did the bear flee? Yes, the bear fled from the bees. The bear had fled from the bees before they could sting it. Fly. Flew. Flown. How did the witch fly? The witch flew on a broomstick. The witch has always flown on a broomstick. Forbid. Forbade. Forbidden. What did his girlfriend forbid him? She forbade him to smoke. He had been forbidden by his girlfriend to smoke. Forget. Forgot. Forgotten. Did she forget anything? She forget her lunch. By the time she got to work, she had already forgotten her lunch. Forgive. Forgave. Forgiven. Did the woman forgive him? The woman forgave him. By the time he apologized, the woman had already forgiven him. Freeze. Froze. Frozen. Did he freeze? He froze to death. By the time they found him, he had already frozen. Get. Got. Got. What did the man get? He got a bill. By the time he checked his mail, he had already got a bill. Give. Gave. Given. What did she give him? She gave him a kiss. By the time he left, she had given him her heart. Go. Went. Gone. Where did the children go? The children went to the playground. The children have gone to the playground. Grow. Grew. Grown. What did he grow? He grew a lovely plant. He had grown several plants before he finally succeeded with this lovely one. Hang. Hung. Hung. Where did his wife hang him? She hung him on the washing line. By the time she finished laundry, she had already hung him on the washing line. Have. Had. Had. How much work did she have? She had a lot of work. She realized she had had enough time to finish her project. Hear. Heard. Heard. Did Mr. Jason hear the phone ring? Yes, Mr. Jason heard the phone ring. By the time Mrs. Jason arrived, Mr. Jason had already heard the phone ring. Hide. Hid. Hidden. Where did the man hide? The man hid under a rock. By the time we found him, the man had already hidden under a rock. Hit. 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 Did the ball hit the man's head? Yes, the ball hit the man's head. Before the man could turn his head, the ball had already hit the man's head. Hold. Held. Held. Did he hold the line? Yes, he held the line. He had held the line before he passed it to someone else.